A private plane crashed into the jungle on the outskirts of town. Everyone on board was charred beyond recognition. Strangely, while there were clearly 5 people on the plane, police found 6 bodies at the crash site. The medical examiner discovered 3 bone fragments at the scene. Importantly, these fragments showed no signs of burning, suggesting the deceased was likely not a member of the flight crew. Could this person have been killed by the falling aircraft? The investigation revealed that the plane carried 4 male politicians and 1 unidentified female. Apart from the flight crew, all passengers were intoxicated. Based on the female skull, Angela reconstructed the victim's facial features. By cross-referencing missing persons databases, they identified her as Amy, an escort. It appeared these individuals had engaged in an intimate encounter mid-flight. The medical examiner found that the 3 extra bone fragments consisted of skull, femur, and vertebrae. The vertebrae showed glossy traces of bone disease, indicating the deceased was a middle-aged person suffering from arthritis. The bones bore obvious cutting marks, leading to the preliminary conclusion that this was a murder and dismemberment case. The intern analyzed the cut marks and discovered 2 types, one resembling marks from a carving knife, and another showing serrated cuts more characteristic of some kind of machinery. The bone contours revealed the victim had also been frozen. It appeared the victim was first killed, then frozen, dismembered with cutting tools, and finally fed through a wood chipper. Investigators traced wood chippers in the area and found only 1 locally. Within a 7-year period, only 2 people had used it. Most importantly, the machine's last use was exactly 5 years ago by a repairman named Arnold. To verify whether a wood chipper could pulverize bones, Hodgins and the intern conducted an experiment. They fed a frozen suckling pig into the chipper, and instantly countless fragments of meat sprayed from the outlet, confirming their hypothesis. When investigators went to question Arnold, he fled through the back door upon hearing police had arrived. The agents immediately gave chase, and the female agent finally tackled him to the ground. Records showed Arnold had been a frequent visitor to the police station in recent years for assault and theft, explaining his immediate flight response. 5 years ago, Arnold worked as a repairman, and the crime scene was along his regular work route. What puzzled investigators was that this shabbily dressed man lived in a luxurious house. Arnold explained the house was left by his mother, who had given it to him and his brother 5 years ago. Unfortunately, his brother mysteriously disappeared 5 years ago, so he now lived there alone. This naturally made investigators suspect Arnold had murdered his brother to claim the inheritance. Arnold immediately countered that he was serving time in prison when his brother disappeared, giving him a solid alibi. Angela retrieved satellite imagery of the crime scene and marked the locations where the 3 bone fragments were found. She then applied data from the pig grinding experiment to determine the wood chipper's spray distance, ultimately concluding the machine must have been positioned beside the stream. The flowing water would have conveniently washed away evidence, meaning more bone fragments must still be nearby. The team conducted a thorough search around the stream and soon found numerous bone fragments, including a finger. Hodgins detected polyurethane in the nail bed, a substance commonly used in refrigerators. The victim had likely been sealed alive in a refrigerator, with the polyurethane residue resulting from desperate scratching. Furthermore, by examining the bone cells, the medical examiner discovered the deceased had suffered from bone cancer. Coincidentally, Arnold's brother also had bone cancer.